Hey everybody, look at this. I think I got this guy completed. Actually, I lied. He's got one more thing I have to add to him, but I wanted to go ahead and show you a little bit of what I had done to this beautiful looking mascot right here. What this one has is a Velcro hat that gets connected to it so that if for storage you can kind of put pieces away and it will be easier to store. The eyes I have not adjusted yet, so far it says netting right in here. It's very small. It's okay though, we can still use that for now. But the important part is the stuff in the inside. I'm going to go ahead and flip him onto his side here and show you. So in here, look at that. What's this in here? What we got in here is a fan that blows right through the top of the hat. I don't even know if you noticed the hat on the top. I didn't mention this, but it's got these little slits in it. Usually when someone's wearing this, you're not seeing the top of the head. But so I went ahead and did 5 little slits on the top. I know some of you are going to be like, oh my God, you just ruined it. You know, if I need to cover it up, I can just use the ladder stitching technique to kind of fix that area. But so far, man, this is definitely more for the performer than it is for the viewer here. This is where the fan ventilates out, and I actually put my hand here and I can feel the air coming through. So just like an exhaust fan is supposed to do, let's take an oven exhaust fan, right? It takes all that smoke from the oven, pulls it up and out of the house. Well, here, the performer puts his head in, is wearing it, full costume, is sweating, is hot, and that heat needs to go somewhere. So what's going to happen is that through the eyes, the air is going to come suck through into the exhaust fan that's in there and shoot out through the hat and out of the other side. And the cool part about this is that with this vinyl, what am I talking about? This nylon, which is basically like fabric you can buy at any fabric store, or you can get it online. It's a windbreaker style, so it's waterproof. And then I went ahead and bought this material here, which is basically a wicking fabric. It wicks away the sweat, and the whole idea about this is, watch, I'll show you what's going to happen here. So I ended up, with my marvelous sewing skills, I ended up making this like little vent nylon protective sleeve on the top. And inside, you can see the fan, you can hear the fan, it's right there. I basically cut out a section of the head that is specific, that can specifically fit this little square fan in here. The fan is being powered by a 12-volt battery, basically 8 AA's, and that wire is connected, and it goes right inside of this and into the mouth area. Well, there's a hole. So let's go ahead and show that right now. I should have brought some needlework. Hold on. Through the power of magic, I'm going to go ahead and get this propped up really quickly. And just like that, I'm back. So I just kind of propped it up with some needles here to kind of move the neck fabric out of the way. So inside, you can see, is this nylon and covering for the whole inside, plus the blue for inside the head to take the sweat away. So here was my idea. I didn't want another person wearing this to always feel like it was going to carry moisture inside of it, or that when they sweat in it or any other bodily fluids kind of would seep out. I didn't want it to be stuck inside the mascot. So by creating this thing that can be Velcroed in and Velcroed out, you can take this out and hand wash it or throw it in a washing machine. And that way you can always keep this clean and always repurpose this item every single time. So here how it works, right? So we got the fan in there, and the fan is connected into the battery. See if I can, unfortunately, this duck has a bill. Hey, look, it's standing. Works for me. So I got Velcro in here. I got Velcro right here to kind of keep that in place. Here is that ginormous battery piece here. Look at that. Boom. So that was plugged into there, which kind of leads up into here. So I have it all connected underneath the nylon, so I can actually pull out this whole thing out of the way. And I'll do that now. In real time, look at that. I can just pull it all off in a delicate fashion as the batteries fall out on the ground. So all of it's almost all out. What's left in here is basically where the fan is, and I can just also, because everything can just be pulled off. Boom. Ba-ba-dum. Look at how it looks inside. See? So it has all the Velcro glued down. I'm not too worried about that because it's Velcro itself and glue. You can always change it out or remove it if you need to. There's that empty hole right there. Look at how weird this looks, like an alien from the inside. Hey, how you doing? So the mouth area right here, that's basically where the bill is coming through. I'm debating if I want to turn that into an open area so that people can see out of it, but we'll save that for another project. But basically Velcro is holding everything here. I got this beautiful piece. Pretty ugly on the outside. Look at that. But on the inside is where it's covering the performer's head. It's keeping all the foam away, and it's the only real point that the person is touching this is right here in the blue area. Otherwise, the top of the head is being protected by these EVA foam protectors with this vent grate. Look at that. And I basically just put two EVA foams together, used the cement glue to kind of get them in place. The wire is right here, and can easily be taken off or on that poor little battery pack that fell to the ground. Yeah, there you go. So this basically goes inside the top of the head. I'm gonna put you back down. Thank you. So there's that. Ugh, doesn't that look terrible? I almost feel bad doing it, putting a giant hole in the top of the head. But since there is a giant hat that always goes with this thing, I guess I'm pretty safe. Not only that, but if I want to fix it back up together, all I did was just tuck it in. So these little fabric pieces, I just sliced it starways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I need to sew that back together, I could sew that back together. It would look a little Frankenstein-ish, but I mean, it's better than completely removing the head. So here is this guy right here. The fan goes right inside, and I can't really do this maybe I can with one hand, but basically you would just kind of adjust it and fit it into place. And when that's into place through all four corners, you have this guy. I lied. Why am I lying today? Just one of those days. You put this Velcro guy in first. Little flute, is that what it's called? Shoots out from the top, and then you put the battery pack inside of it. There you go. Then you put that guy inside of it, and everything's good to go. But look, that way, if you need to remove it or make a new one or anything else, you can always just kind of put this in the washing machine since it's all fabric base, and it would be good to go for the next performer. Yeah, I can't wait to see how that is. I tested it yesterday, and for about 20 minutes I was outside. I'm glad nobody was there to see me, but basically it felt just like I was without a giant Mascot head over my head. It didn't feel like I was wearing anything, or that there was any more heat being transferred in. All the air would go through the bottom or through the eyes, and it would put in fresh air inside, and it would suck all the hot air out of the top. And I think it did a pretty good job. So from here on out, I guess I'm going to continue to do that. Some people might ask me, well, how did you make this crazy contraption here? I did exactly what I did in the other videos that I've done. As I created a pattern, but instead of creating that pattern on the outside, I went ahead and flipped it inside, used my cling wrap, and started making the pattern on the inside. I laid it down, put the duct tape over it, and it created a pattern. And from that pattern, I cut it out of fabric, I use a sewing machine, and as you can tell, I'm not. Look at this. Look at this thing. It's definitely work in progress. It's definitely not my finest work, but it's doing the job. It's covering everything, and we'll basically, this is definitely a test, and hopefully it works out at the end of the day. We're gonna use it for an event and for fundraising, and I hope the most important thing is we hope that all the kids have a good time with it. We hope that the performer has a good time in it, and that's it. So next videos I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this up, and then we can start on finishing up that animatronic mouth. So talk to you guys later. You guys have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you later.